It is 0 out of 5 spice. Actually, you can look it up because I'm not going to spoil or say anything. I thought it was going to be better than this, and I was wrong, and I'm sad about that because it was a good book. It was so mind-blowing and good. There was a lot of like sus romantic stuff. Hey guys, welcome back. Today I was feeling really bored, so I decided what better way to make the boredom go away than to make a YouTube video. So today I'm going to be going over some of my favorite books, and some books you should definitely read over the summer and I am going to read over the summer, and some that I definitely did not enjoy. I'm going to jump in and start with a read that I kind of read really recently. It's called The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio. I discovered this book. There was like this book club like stand-up. I don't even know what it's called. I had this book and I asked them about it and they really recommended it, but didn't recommend like the other books by Axio, so I haven't read those. I don't think I will probably. This one was really good, and for me personally, it's really hard to find books that made me feel very emotional. This one was very good and it made me feel very emotional, and I actually did cry at some point. This is the only book ever that's made me cry ever, so that's accomplishment. It's not a sad book. It is generally, it's not a happy book, but it's more of like a YA book, but it's not even that much romance. Like, and it's not Christian, but there's not suspicious stuff as far as I remember, and I read it pretty recently, and the amount of romance that it gets to is a kiss. I don't even think like they kiss, but that's the extent that they'll go to for romance in this book. But like the book itself, like the plot is really intriguing, and it's definitely a unique book. Like I've never seen anyone like it. I read one like it, and it's about basically this Asian legend. I don't know, like Japanese, Chinese. I don't really know. I think it's Chinese. It's a really good book, so you should definitely read this one. I recommend this, and I give it like 9.75 out of 10. So definitely go read that one. So that's my first one, The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio. Okay, so the next one I really love because it's a Christian series. It's a Christian trilogy. This one and its siblings up on that shelf over there. It's the Raven Saga, and the first book is Mark of the Raven. The other two books are on my shelf. I don't think we're gonna bring them over, but you can look it up. It's a really good book. It's written by Morgan L. I don't know how to say her last name for the life of me. I don't know. It's a really good Christian trilogy, and it's like fantasy plus like it's fiction, obviously fantasy, but it's really, really good. And I think I haven't really seen a book like this either. It's really unique, I think, because they kind of have powers in a different word term or whatever they use, but the main power that she has, the main character in the book, is really unique, and I've definitely never seen anything like it. So it's really, really good, and you should definitely read the whole trilogy. This one is probably in my top 3 books ever, or not this specific book, like one of the books in the series, but this series is one of the top 3 in my book series ranking ever. I don't know, I should rank books one time. The next series specifically is Sunrise on the Reaping because it's her most latest like addition to the series. I'll say these books are but they're quite violent, so obviously I wouldn't recommend these for like anybody younger than like 14 probably. It's pretty violent, especially if you watch the movies too. Her writing is really good, and I just loved how like she wrote the story because it's definitely a unique concept, but I feel like people have like kind of leached off of that for their books. Definitely a really creative book series idea, and it's a pretty popular series, the Hunger Games series, but Sunrise on the Reaping was one of my favorites, I think, just because like I was not expecting some of the twists and stuff, and she introduced characters in this book that were in books later on, so that was really cool. And I just love how it was about Haymitch and his story, and it like kind of give you like a lot of context on the other books on why he's like that in the later books. And I feel like usually for a lot of series, if like have like a lot of books, or they keep just like adding, because that was the 5th book, I'm pretty sure, but usually once it gets to that point, it's like not even a good series anymore. But I think she made the series even better with this book, which I think is pretty hard to do, so definitely a good accomplishment there. The next one is Miss Fox by Nadine Brandes. She's also a Christian author. It was very good. You can definitely see Christian themes playing throughout this book. It's actually historical fantasy, which is actually, I think, really uncommon, but she wrote it so well. This is also in my top 3 like books, I think, ever. These ones, so good. It's basically about, actually you can look it up because I'm not going to spoil or say anything at all, but it's such a good book, and this is one that all 4 of my siblings have read, and all 4 of my siblings, or including me, have loved. So it's not too much romance. It's just a really perfect book. I definitely recommend this one. Next book is actually my most recent finished book, I'm pretty sure, and I haven't read a book since this one because it was so mind-blowing and good that I was like, how do I even, you've reached Sam. But I was pretty skeptical because it is a romance, I'm pretty sure, but it's 0. I looked it up before. I always look up the ratings of spice before I get a romance book. It is 0 out of 5 spice, and that is definitely true. I don't even know if they kiss in this book. think so. But it is so sad. Believe people when they say it's sad, because it is sad. But actually, it didn't make me cry, which is pretty insane. But it did make me like tear up. I don't know if that counts, but it was so sad. But I love sad books. It's a really good book. You should definitely look it up and read it. It's not a Christian author, by the way. The only suspicious thing was that there was like pretty sure they're hinting at these two characters being gay. I don't really know how to explain it. Like, if you read it, I think you would understand. But I think that's only like suspicious kind of part. And it wasn't even explicitly like they were gay. It was just like they kind of hinted at it, I think. I'm pretty sure. It was just kind of suspicious. But I did love this book so much in general. It's also like really beautiful. Like the cover, the title, everything. Next book is Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. I don't really know how I feel about this one. It was a good book. I haven't read it in a while actually, but it's very intense. I also would not recommend this for people like over like age of 14, 15 maybe, I don't know. I don't really know. But this book was very creative, I would say that. The thing I was kind of disappointed in was a booktuber, I'm not going to say who, or multiple booktubers. They recommended the book Beach Read, which is a very popular book, and the booktuber was Christian. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a really cool book to read, and like just a warm, fuzzy, cute book, you know? But, like, not too spicy, because a Christian romance book, not Christian, but a Christian booktuber recommended the book. And also it was in like their no spice romance books, I think, recommendation video or whatever. And so I was like, okay, I might buy it. So I went to Indigo, which is our like bookstore, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go look for it. And I saw it and I was like, oh, let me go check it out. So I was like, I'm gonna look at the back, and I looked at the back, and it was really interesting. Like its story, it sounded really cool. So I decided to flip open the book and just like literally fly through the pages and just like read a page randomly. I sometimes do that, but with this book I was like, I'm just gonna try, because it's like a romance, you know? So I flipped it open, and the first page I read, it was like halfway and a bit through the book, a very explicit scene, and I was just disappointed because I closed the book up after, like, I didn't even finish reading it. I barely started reading it. I was like, whoa, what the heck? So I closed it, and I was like, dude, you recommended this book as a Christian and as a non-spice romance. What do you mean it's no spice? That's literally... Anyway, it just made me mad. So, this book, I wanted to say off of that, it does have a little bit of, like, scenes where it's like, oh, wow. Otherwise, there's not really that much weird stuff. It's just, like, some intense romance scenes. So I would rate the spicing probably, like, 2.8 out of 10. The next book is If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. This had a same scenario, the exact same scenario as Beach Read, but I bought the book and read it, because I didn't think to flip through it first. So, like, her writing was really good, and it's just, like, a nice plot, and it was also a very sad book, too. But there was a lot of, like, sus romantic stuff, and there was a scene that was, like, explicitly, like, let's just say, intimate. Very intimate. Like, I wouldn't recommend this for people, like, that scene is just, like, disgusting me. The book can be perfectly fine without that scene, so why do you write it? Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd really recommend that to anybody. Okay, my next book is Time to Die by Nina Brandes again. If you haven't noticed, I read some pretty sad and interesting books, but this is actually a really good book, and it's by a Christian author, Nina Brandes. Really good. I've reread this trilogy. It's a trilogy, yes. It's the Out of Time trilogy. But I reread this trilogy probably at least 10 times, like the whole thing all the way through. Such a good book series. Creative, it had romance, but not too much romance, and it was just like perfect. I would definitely recommend this. This is like a 10 out of 10 series. So creative, so imaginative, and her writing is so good. She has like Christian, like actual Christian themes, and like obvious ones that like quote scripture and whatever. The next book is Divergent. This is not a Christian book, but it is a really good book. I haven't even read the whole series. There's like 3 other books. I really like this book. It was pretty clean. There was some intimate scenes, but like not too heavy on the spice. Like, it was a very good book. There was romance, yes. Also very creative. It does remind me of The Hunger Games. I don't really know which one came first, but it does remind me a little bit of The Hunger Games. You'll only mean if you read it. So this next book, you've probably definitely heard about it. I have thoughts about it. This book, I was like, wait, it's actually gonna be a good fantasy secular book for once. Boy, was I wrong. I'm just gonna preface this by saying I don't have anything like personal about this book. I thought it was gonna be better than this, and I was wrong, and I'm sad about that because it was a good book, and there were just so many things that just did not need to be there, and that would have made the book so much better if it wasn't there. The book is The Cruel Prince, and probably you've definitely heard about this book. It's been so like viral, kind of. I'm gonna make like a list of things that I don't like about this book. First of all, there's so much like messy romance drama, and they're literally teenagers. Like, they're kissing each other, they're like doing stuff with each other, and there's this one scene when she gets like hypnotized, and if you read the book you'd understand, but by this like one of the creatures that's like also a love interest, kind of. She does weird stuff, like weird, unacceptable weird stuff. She goes kind of rogue in the end, and there's a gigantic slaughterhouse in one of the chapters, like near the end. It's like at least 30 people die. He's kissing people left and right, and there's a gay couple, and they're like gay. You can tell they're gay. They're gay girls, so lesbian. I think you could tell what I think about this book, and we don't have to talk about it anymore. I'm just gonna go for more, but this is one of them. It's Gentle Tyranny by Jess Corbin. It's actually really interesting because when I started reading it, I was like, whoa, this is a feminist book. It's not a feminist book. It's a matriarchy, centered around a matriarchy. It does get overthrown. It's not a feminist book, but that's not what I mean to say. It's really good. You have to go into it with an open mind because you think it's feminist, but it's not feminist, and then you like realize as you go on to read the second book, which is on my shelf, that blue one right there. You realize it's not a feminist book, and it's not a feminist like duology or whatever. Is that what's called? I don't really know. It's really good, so recommend it. Okay, this one is The Story Peddler, but it's a trilogy called The Weaver Trilogy, and it's by Lindsay A. Franklin. It's actually a really good book series. Romance, not too much spice. I think it's Christian. Fantasy, she uses a lot of like, what is it called? I don't even know. Just like a lot of like accents in the book. Just read it for yourself. I think it's a pretty good book to read. We're almost there. This is my next one. It's a duology. It's like a Frankenstein play on. Tainted is the first one. It's called The Soul Chronicles. Just 2 books. So good. So good. Definitely recommend it. She won awards for this book. Like, the world she built, it's really good. It's like, I don't really know how to explain it, so go look it up yourself. Also Christian, you can tell. Okay, finally, the books are on my shelf. There's like 9 of them. That's the Hagenheim series. It's a romance series, but the retellings of like fairy tales, and they're so cool. Like, there's Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Beauty and the Beast, Snow White, Mulan, a kind of a reverse Aladdin situation. Or no, just Aladdin. Rapunzel, reverse Cinderella one. It's so cool because like the retellings, usually it's hard to retell the stories because like they're the OG stories. You can't like retell them really good, but she did it really good. So I'm gonna put like pictures up here. This is like the series. I don't think you have to read them in any particular order. I don't think you have to read all of them either to understand the others, but I think it's good too, and it's like cool to see how they connect because like they are related. I think my favorites of them would be The Golden Braid, which is Rapunzel, The Captive Princess, which is Cinderella, The Hero's Apprentice, which is Sleeping Beauty, Earth's Beauty, which is Snow White, and then The Singing Songbird, which that is a retelling of The Little Mermaid. There's some spice, so I definitely watch out for that. So I think recommending that for over the age of like 14 probably. But that is my final recommendation. That's it. Also, let me know book recommendations from you if you have any, because I need some too, because I don't really have that many books to read that. I am reading this one currently, The Selection by Kira Cass. I did listen to the audiobook, so yeah. But that's it for today. So thank you for watching, and then also if you like this video, don't forget to check my other ones and subscribe. Bye guys.